Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Date set for Real Housewives divorce trial. Kim Zolciak's and Kroy Biermann's legal issues are a lot for the Real Housewives of Atlanta to keep up with. Biermann filed for divorce twice after they tried to reconcile. But the marriage was never repairable. They even turned to Jesus to save their marriage, but not even his graces could repair their marriage. Now a divorce trial has been set for November 5 and 6, 2024, according to the legal documents that people obtained. But they have until September 25 to come to an agreement through mediation, if they will even be civil. The estranged couple was married for nearly 12 years before Biermann filed for divorce in May 2023. Zolciak described her marriage as irretrievably broken with no hope of reconciliation before the divorce filing was dropped in July 2023. However, Biermann filed for a divorce for a second time a month later, as financial issues caused a strain in their marriage. Despite dropping hints that they were reconciling, documents in December stated that the divorce was going ahead. The divorce is not the least of their problems, as they also have a lot of debt and mansion woes that they also need to work through together. However, tensions are brewing between the pair. Fans saw Zolciak and Biermann all loved up on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Now all love is lost. The Don't Be Tardy and the Real Housewives of Atlanta stars drama has reached new heights, as Zolciak has repeatedly called the police to their home. She called the police to report Biermann for stealing her phone, as they were only allowed to be in certain rooms of their mansion. Zolciak has repeatedly slammed Biermann and called him a thief for stealing their belongings, though she has been selling her goods online. The divorce has caused a lot of tension between the pair, but the rising debts that they have does not help to ease the conflict. Biermann, despite owing a lot of money to casinos, is trying to separate himself from Zolciak's debt, though they both owe millions to the IRS. However, fans suspect that Biermann may be victorious during the divorce due to Zolciak's spending habits and debts. Biermann is going all out on the divorce proceedings, as he also requested full custody, child support, and alimony. The couple will have to put their differences aside to sell their mansion before August 26 to avoid foreclosure. Zolciak and Biermann have recently cut their mansion price once again after managing to delay their foreclosure. After selling their mansion, they will never have to think about sharing a space again, unless they reconcile once more. You can stream all episodes of The Real Housewives of Atlanta on Peacock before the series returns in 2025. Reality TV has long blurred the lines between fact and fiction, but now it's heading somewhere even more unfiltered. The courtroom. Mark your calendars and grab your popcorn, because the date is officially set for what may become the most dramatic divorce trial in Real Housewives history. Yes, darling, it's happening. On June 17, 2025, the battle royale between Real Housewives of West Beverly Hills star Veronica Deluxe and her estranged husband, real estate mogul, and one-time arm candy turned nemesis, Chadwick Chaz Fontaine, will begin in Los Angeles Superior Court. And if you thought flipping a table or throwing a mimosa was peak Housewives drama, wait until you see these two face off under oath. A match made in reality heaven or hell. Veronica and Chaz first met during a charity yacht event, ironically titled Hearts Afloat, during Season 3, where he outbid a plastic surgeon for a date with her. Their whirlwind romance was covered extensively on the show. Romantic getaways, gaudy matching Rolls Royces, and a diamond ring the size of a mini donut. They married in a televised ceremony that featured 24 white peacocks, 3 different officiants, one of whom was psychic, and a gold-plated cake flown in from Monaco. But behind the designer curtains, things weren't so perfect. Insiders whispered about Chaz's mounting legal issues and Veronica's suspected emotional entanglement with her personal yoga instructor/shaman, Indigo. By Season 7, the cracks were showing, both in their marriage and in Veronica's forehead. Though only the former was acknowledged on air, the breakup heard around the Bravoverse. The couple announced their separation via a joint statement on Instagram last fall, reading, "After 8 years of curated chaos and curated love, we have decided to uncouple consciously, chaotically, and with lots of camera angles. Classy." But what started as a seemingly amicable split has devolved into what TMZ is already calling the War of the Wives. Allegations of financial deceit, marital misconduct, and even emotional manipulation are all on the table, and apparently, so is a prenup sign on a cocktail napkin is now Exhibit A, said a source close to Veronica's legal team. The assets, the allegations, and the anguish. Court documents filed in February paint a picture worthy of its own spin-off. Veronica alleges that Chaz hid millions in offshore accounts, used marital funds to buy NFTs of alpacas wearing top hats, and transferred ownership of their $12 million Brentwood mansion to his company, Fontaine Futures, without her knowledge. In return, Chaz claims Veronica emptied their joint accounts to invest in crystal-infused kombucha startups and paid Indigo $50,000 for chakra realignment. Veronica, everyday entrepreneur, has since launched her own legal battle-inspired wellness line, Divorce Glow Dim, which includes a turmeric-infused Freedom Cleanse, a jade rolling pin for facial tension and metaphorical baggage, and a candle named Sapunad. Meanwhile, Chaz has taken a quieter route, releasing a brooding spoken-word album on Spotify called Prenuptial, a love story in 3 acts. Housewives past and present. Team V or Team Chaz? Naturally, the other housewives are weighing in. Bianca Valtieri, Veronica's longtime frenemy, called the whole ordeal karma with a court date and accused Veronica of playing victim for views. In contrast, fan favorite Neen Monroe Jenkins posted a cryptic TikTok sipping rosé with the caption, "Some divorces aren't sad. They're divine." The comments section promptly exploded. Reunion host Andy Cohen was recently spotted at Craig's restaurant with Veronica's stylist and Chaz's divorce lawyer, leading fans to speculate that Bravo may be planning a Real Housewives Courtroom Confidential spin-off. "Can you imagine the intro sequence?" tweeted one fan. "Gavel drops, hair flips, and a judge who does confessionals? I'm in." The trial of the season. The trial is expected to last at least 3 weeks and will include testimony from Veronica's glam squad to verify emotional distress during filming, Chaz's former business partner, who now runs a dog spa, Indigo the shaman, who may or may not be on ayahuasca, a surprise witness teased by Veronica's camp as someone who once shared a hot tub with both parties and holds the truth. Sources say courtroom security has been doubled, not due to safety concerns, but due to the potential arrival of diehard fans dressed in sequined robes and clutching Fox subpoenas for selfies. "There's a reality TV element that we can't ignore," said legal analyst Carla Devine. "This isn't just a divorce. It's a cultural moment. A court-documented collapse of a made-for-TV marriage. What's at stake? Besides property, brand rights, and dignity, Veronica is fighting to retain the rights to her V is for Vengeance podcast and demands full ownership of their 2 Pomeranians, Louis and Wooten. Chaz, in turn, wants the villa in Capri, 20% of her future fragrance royalties, and custody of their shared Peloton. There are rumors of a possible out-of-court settlement, but those close to the pair insist both are fully committed to the drama. "They could have settled months ago," said an anonymous production assistant. But Veronica literally said, "If I go down, I want lighting, music, and a mic." She's not here to negotiate. She's here to perform. The verdict? Entertainment. No matter what the jury decides, yes, they requested a jury. One thing's for sure. The real winner will be the ratings. Already, Netflix has hinted at acquiring rights to the courtroom footage, and Ryan Murphy is reportedly circling a dramatized limited series. In a world where private lives are public property, where marriages are measured in hashtags and heartbreak is monetized, Veronica and Chaz are simply playing their roles. And come June 17, we'll all be watching. Pass the rosé. The trial of the season is about to begin. Want a version that's more legal-focused, darker, or set in a specific Housewives franchise? Just say the word. I can totally spin it that way.